everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. This video is going to be a review and demo of the Diorskin Forever and Everywhere primer and foundation. I bought both of these at Sephora during the VIB sale recently. So what I'm going to do in this video is demo both of these products for you. I'm going to put on the primer and the foundation, show you the coverage, show you how it builds up. We're going to talk about my feelings, which are overall very positive. But if you're interested in purchasing either one of these foundations, then hopefully this video will be helpful for you. So if you are interested in seeing, the application of these products and my thoughts on them, then just stay tuned. We'll get started right now. All right, so we're going to be starting out with the Diorskin Forever and Everywhere Base Perfection and Hold Makeup Base with Sunscreen SPF 20. So this primer, you do have to kind of shake it up before you use it. It kind of reminds me of like a liquidy light moisturizer consistency. I don't know if you can see this, but it's just kind of like dripping out of the bottle there. And it's kind of this like light pink peachy color. So I'm just gonna rub it all over my face, kind of focusing on the center because this primer does have pore refining properties. So this actually is claiming to enhance the coverage and hold of the foundation. It feels really, really nice and doesn't feel too dry or anything. I bought the foundation first. I didn't buy this, and when I loved the foundation, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try out the primer because I was watching a video from the Pixie Woo, are they sisters? I don't know, the Pixie Woo channel, and they were talking about like using the same primer and the same foundation from the same range, like from the same brand, because they're kind of made to work together. But I did buy also, like I said, the Dior foundation. I really love this stuff. This is the Dior Forever Perfect Makeup Everlasting Wear Pore Refining Effect with Sunscreen. The foundation actually has SPF 35 and it does say it's a shine controlling foundation. I also have the shade 21 Linen, which is kind of like their warm yellow toned light medium color, I guess. And it says it has a non-oily texture. It's a color correcting 16-hour coverage, poreless effect, skincare, leaves skin texture more refined with each wear. So I guess it's kind of claiming to have skincare benefits as well. And I also like to shake this up. The packaging of this stuff is so stunning. As I'm sure you can see, it has this beautiful frosted glass bottle, and it has a really nice pump, as you would expect for a foundation of this price. I forgot to mention the primer is actually, this is $45 and the foundation is $50. So for the two of these together, you're splashing out, $100 for your face base, but I think it's worth it because this stuff is so good. So I'm gonna just take a couple of, actually 3 pumps of foundation, and I'm going to be using my beauty blender to blend it out. It looks kind of dirty on camera. And I'm kind of just going to start on this side of my face because that's where I'm most comfortable. That's just kind of like what I do by habit, I guess. And I really like the coverage of the beauty blender with this foundation because it has a nice coverage, but the beauty blender like shears it out enough to where it's not going to look like too cakey and too full coverage. Because it is quite a, I would say like a medium to full coverage foundation. So I'm going to do one side of my face so you guys can see, and then we'll do the other side. So I basically have like one full layer on this side of my face, and this side of my face is bare. Hopefully you can see the coverage is really, really nice. I feel like this color is a really good match for my skin, and I like that it really in person, it doesn't look too matte and full coverage. It really does kind of blur out my pores. For me, this is the perfect amount of coverage. This might be like my new holy grail foundation. I really love it a lot. Just take a look at this side, which is already done with the foundation, and now take a look at the side that's not. And I think that Dior actually has their own kind of like beauty blender. I think it's called like the Dior Backstage Blender. I chose not to buy that because I have the beauty blender and I have a couple of the Real Techniques complexion sponges right now, so I didn't really need a new like makeup sponge. But if any of you guys have tried the Dior sponge like with this foundation, I would be curious to hear if you think it makes a difference. And if you're wondering why I'm kind of like wiping it away from my under eye, it's because I want to put my concealer there and I don't really want this foundation to be like caked up under there, underneath my concealer. Okay, so this is kind of what one really nice natural layer of the foundation looks like. For those of you who are wondering if you can build it up, I want to show you that you can build it up. I'm just going to put a little bit more of this in kind of the areas where I have a little bit of like blemishes and stuff, and then I am going to put a little bit just down my neck so that I don't have any lines of demarcation. Even though I think this is a really good foundation match for me color-wise, this foundation does oxidize a little bit. I found that. I actually originally bought a color that was a little bit too dark for me. The first time around, I was actually color matched in store to shade 31, which was way too dark at all, like even just putting it on my skin, and then it oxidized to like an even darker color. So that was just no good. But you want to keep that in mind. Maybe if you're in between two shades, you should probably go with the lighter one, because this foundation does darken up a little bit once it dries down on your face for a couple of hours. I just love the finish of this so much. I guess you could say it's kind of like a satin finish. It's not too matte, just like a really nice natural finish to it. I find it like appropriate to wear to work every day. I feel like for some people it might be a little bit much, but I really like it. I don't find it uncomfortable. I find that it wears really well. It is quite long lasting. It does claim to be kind of a long-lasting foundation. So that is pretty much my face done with the foundation. I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and we'll come back and chat about it. Overall, I love both of these. I think for me personally, I like a little bit more of a medium to full coverage for a day-to-day basis, because in my job I am like in front of people all day. So I like my skin to look fairly flawless, and I find that this really does that for me. I think the color match 21 linen is perfect. Just for reference, I wear like medium 1 in the NARS foundations, and 21 linen in the Diorskin Forever is perfect for me. I think these are going to be a really great combination for summer, and really for me where I live, it's hot year round, so this combination for me is going to be great all the time. They both do have SPF in them. The primer is SPF 20, the foundation is SPF 35, so that's great for summer. I would still probably wear a sunscreen underneath these. The primer I find really brightening and smoothing, and the foundation I find really does live up to the claim of the shine control. It keeps me fairly matte throughout the day. If I'm gonna wear it for a full 8 hours, then I probably do need to blot and powder maybe once, kind of after like the 3 to 4 hour mark. The one thing that I really haven't tested this out with is the flash photography. So I know a lot of people do that in their foundation reviews. I'm gonna go ahead and take a flash photo right now. There doesn't really seem to be any flashback. My skin looks natural. It doesn't look cakey or anything. Yeah, this is not the best picture in the world, but I don't think it has any flashback. I don't think I look white, so that's nice, even though it has the SPF in it. Overall, I definitely recommend this foundation. When I'm recommending any foundation, I think that you should probably try to go get a sample if possible. Go to a Sephora, go to one of your Dior counters, ask them for a sample. That way you can see if you're getting the right color and you can see if you like the formula. Yeah, I think they have a pretty good color selection. I don't know exactly how many shades they have, but they seem to have a pretty good range from really, really fair to really dark. So hopefully all of you should be able to find a good shade in this foundation. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried this foundation and what your thoughts are on it. Also, let me know what your favorite foundation is, because I always love hearing new recommendations. Foundations are one of my favorite things to buy. I think that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I make videos pretty regularly, at least once a week. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye!